Yo, what's up, guys? Let's get right into it with a fucking imperm. I had a choice between nib or imperm. But anyway, welcome back to another Lair Darkness part something else. We're going to mix it up. There's only like a couple Lair Darkness gameplays in here, but I'm still going to try to, get that algorithm views in. And the reason, oof, that Ash really fucking hurt there. But I still had Fenrir. They bounced my Fenrir. Not a good idea, I don't think, because I could just bring it back again. Get the Rise Heart out of that. Realistically, if I knew they had Daruma Cannon, I was like, motherfucker, I wouldn't have done Rise Heart. I probably would have grabbed the Unicorn, because now this game is into the grind game. But yeah, thanks again. I'm recording this before my event gameplays, but I could see the views on the Lair Darkness video. Holy shit, the algorithm actually did pass that up. Also... yeah, I had to bait out the Barone there. I probably could have G-snatched one of their 4s or 6s. I saw that they had a 4 and a 6 to make the level 10, and I probably could have took one of those, but I didn't know if they were running Baron or not. Probably. I thought I could have done that. And then here, I probably should have nibbed them before they started syncing. I was like, what are they going to do? Just the Boral one? I could just nib that still. And it was something far more greedy, because now they get the Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Of fucking course they hit that card. So this is where I have to nib. And then they shuffle back the Fenrir. It's not an awful position, but I could have still had the Fenrir in my hand and potentially prevent him from even getting to the Barone in the first place. And they still had the fucking Ash for my second Fenrir. It's like, okay, dude. Second Fenrir activation, I should say. So it's not. I'm still clearly in the driver's seat, but we know that. I guess they just drew into Chaos Space, actually, because I already had one in Grave. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Serenir, Lubellion, get Drew's Worm. I have to Fender, banish this. They still have the Chaos in Space in Grave with the Chaos Ruler. And, of course, they get the Lubellion Beast. Beat over my boy over here. And keep in mind, the Evenly... they haven't decided the tribute because they think that they could kill me, right? Or that I could kill them, excuse me. But here, now they're like, let's just get rid of that. Face down, so they got baited hard there. I know they're mad. They're popping it evenly. And this one is definitely the Imperm. I'm playing it aggressively. I don't want them to get an activation of Regain. And of course, they top deck fucking Dragon Ravine, dude. What? And dude had another Ash Blossom in there. So I think he opened all 3 Ash Blossoms, which is insane. Or at one point, he had all 3 in his hand. So here was interesting where he wasn't able to use the Rocket Tracer ability. We could check his deck after, but I don't know. I don't think they must have ran out of targets in deck because they had some rockets in here. I don't know how many of each they run. I don't really care too much. You guys could let me know in the comments. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck myself. So... yeah, that's why I'm going to break up these videos too, or these replays, I should say. Oh, here's where I make a mistake. I change of heart because I figured that I could always super poly later. It's hard to say. Maybe I could have just super poly because I could have made a Garura out of that, but then that would have triggered them to bring back a Bestial. Yeah, you could bring back Lubellion. I guess I made the right play. It sucks. But I think I did make the right play, and I just kept the Super Poly in hand. And I was like, oh my god, this game was about to be over at turn 10. And I don't want to spoil it, but this goes on for a little bit. So I got a little bit of commentary to go over this, your guys' favorite. Or if you're new to the channel, which I recently just, again, I thank you so much. I don't know if I should thank the algorithm more or you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing, and boosting that algorithm for the last Lair of Darkness video. Because you guys really, really did give it some love. And I noticed that with one of mine. It started getting picked up, so that would be really cool if I just kind of became that Lair of Darkness guy. I totally do not mind putting out at least 2 videos of Lair of Darkness per month. That's very doable for me. As you can see, I'm fucking packing kids every time. I mean, it doesn't look like I am. Because I evenly the shit out of them. We're in a top deck war, but I'm chilling here. I'm just gonna set the Imp, and I'm banking on them getting some monsters on board to end their career with Super Poly. But they pass it right back to me. I get Raigeki. Not bad, not bad. Pass it right back to them. Well, I guess I decided to commit to the Lair of Darkness. Here, they didn't know what it did, and they instantly maxed. I was surprised to see that up in Diamond. So I got them the -1 for free. And then you don't have to keep dealing with that, toggle interaction back and forth between your opponent. And I don't think they had a single Max C in there, so that means they still have probably 2 more in their deck or their hand. But this is the end. I'll slow this down a little bit. So Unicorn was one of the best top decks. It lets me get Birth into Fenrir, into searching my other Fenrir, into Raigeki. I decide I'm not going to do the Super Poly play yet. And I banished their regain because of the headache that it gave me. So there you go. That's why I'm going to try to space out these Lair replays, okay? So BRB. I max seed, which is why they put out that pretty pathetic board. So I get Fenrir out. Tenacity. Oh, yeah, by the way, this clearly is not Lair of Darkness. This is my Monarch deck with Kashtira, since Ogre is a nice bridge between the two. And you're going to see how many cards I could fucking draw. Also, the first part of this Pantheon's effect is not once per turn. Only the second part is. So, we keep that draw train going. Whew. Get into the field. We already had the Stormforce, right? It was a pretty rough hand at first. It was a pretty rough grip, considering we opened 3 of them. But all of a sudden, now you can see the consistency boost and why Pantheism was banned a long time ago, once upon a time. And yeah, this is a pretty insane thing. I'm just going for the OTK. So there's some interesting things with this deck. I didn't have Scareclaw Kashtira yet in this deck. Excuse me. So off of this Unicorn, I can't grab. I can only grab another Birth. Because I don't think I put Theosis in this deck either yet. So I didn't have Theosis, I didn't have Unicorn. If I had Theosis and Unicorn, that literally would have been game. So here they're able to book a Moon me. So I guess maybe it didn't matter after all. I'm still able to get rid of one of their Zeuses. I saw what they were playing. What are they playing? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is actually pure Kashtira. And don't worry, guys. It looks like bullying. It looks like an OTK, but my opponent was able to stop me short of that. So we could see what they do on the follow-up. But, yeah. That's a pretty insane thing. Again, I maxed that turn 1. I didn't want to show you guys because it's, you guys know what happens at this point. So here I am just forced to activate all my effects. I want to dig more into their deck and take out a Birth. Take out the Unicorn. Of course, they have the second Unicorn. And then they banish 3 cards that I really, really would have liked. Especially the pink. Because I think they would have ended this board with a lot more monsters than I did. So Tomahawk. So keep in mind, they searched Theosis with the Unicorn, but they didn't use it because they wanted to go into their Link plays. And they thought that they could rely on this Birth that they also had. And I was like, of fucking course. So banish those 3. You can't use the Birth, can't use the Theosis that they have in hand. So it's not a complete loss. I'm able to Pantheism right away. I'm surprised they didn't IP right away. It didn't matter to me because you guys see the Kaiju here. So I think you guys know what's going to happen. My opponent's scooping the fuck out of this game. That is what these Monarch cards do. This Monarch deck does. Okay, so we're going to do another Monarchorn and then a Lair, okay? Okay, so it looks like a pretty weak board with just Barone, but I maxied them, of course. And yes, you guys are going to see the good old Pantheism again. I'm trying to bait out the Barone effect. Doesn't matter. I got the Kaiju. Ooh, what am I going to search out? And I purposely... Oh, no, I am going to tribute over it with the Monarchs. Okay. At first, sometimes I might grab a Pantheism. But yeah, here's where I'm trying out Time Tearing for the first time. So that was the big reason me bringing back the Monarch deck. Was the Monarch is literally perfect with this. Obviously a lot of stun decks. Flu could use Time Tearing Morganite, but again, if you aren't familiar, you can't use any more monster effects in your hand for the rest of the game, which is fine because the only thing is like Maxi. At a certain point, you're not going to need Maxi after the first turn or 2, right? But then you draw 2 cards instead of 1 during your normal draw phase, and you could conduct 2 normal summons per turn, which is really, really perfect in Monarchs because, again, the only hand effect activations are going to be hand traps. or in this case, my Rise Heart, but I just normal summoned it. I could do a double normal summon. I don't need a special summon him from hand. So into Theosis, as you can see, I eventually did put Theosis into the deck. I don't think I put Scareclaw in right away. I probably should have. If I did, then I would have done Scareclaw instead of this, and I think that would have been. Yeah, if I had Scareclaw instead of the Unicorn, I think that would have been it. Because I searched out another birth, like I mentioned before. And I made the mistake there, too, with sequencing my tributes. I should have tributed over the Humongous, so then he wouldn't just special summon the Bestial back. So that was a misplay as well. Yeah, because they prevented a lot of damage, but it didn't matter because I had the field lock, and they read that card, and so their extra deck lock. So that was GG. Okay, so onto a Lair match. B. All right, we're back in this with a Lair, another Lair one. You guys want to see? They asked Lair. Okay, so now this is not going to be a Lair replay. And they made me go first, right? So I have a gut feeling. I know it's Makanko. I'm just going to pass. If it's Numeron, they fucking kill me, bro. You know what I'm saying? This was interesting. The Pot of Desires. I'm like, okay, well, ooh, Super Poly. Well, I could just, Super Poly the Makanko cards out. I think a lot of them are the same type. If not, I figured it's still good to have, right? And an Imperm, that doesn't hurt. If they're... doesn't even matter. Of course, they have the Harpies. These players are just built different. Yeah. So let me pause it. It'll be like this for the next 5 turns. All right, and we are back. They mix it up a little bit. They summon a monster. They hit me. They put me on for a clock. I'm like, oh no, I can't just keep passing back and forth. And this should be a dead giveaway that this is not Makanko. Only Numeron runs this. And to the red reboot. Okay. So my opponent just tilted themselves out of this game by having their life points. And let me set a free Imperm. Imperm didn't matter at all. I probably should have just used it there to go right into the evenly there. But that's all right. I'm still going to evenly now, get rid of their back row, and set the econ and pass it to them. Since I know if they attack me again, I can just prevent the damage. That's what they do. Just put it in defense, move on. Okay. So this next turn is where it gets a little bit interesting. There we go, the Lair of Darkness stuff. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay, well, at least I have the triple tactics thrust for the injustice that we just fucking witnessed of ashing 2 of my Arimas. Change of heart, baby. Okay. There we go. Search out my change of heart. Take your bitch. Hit it into 1. Hit it with another. He thought he was going to live. No. Kaiser Glider. I will win with a Lair Darkness Tribute card. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking Pummeron bullshit. Alright, hold on, guys. Let me show you the deck list. So this was my opponent's egregious deck. It was Numeron, which means off of the 1 copy of Desires they had, they literally had to banish all their copies of the field or of the wall, so they can't just search out the field, or again, the Planet Pathfinder, etc., because they would have been doing that in OTK to me a long time ago. So that nothing brings me a smile than knowing that they banished all their engine cards in a fucking stupid ass OTK deck. So, all right, on to the next. Okay, so I skipped all this. It was like a 20-minute turn in real life. My opponent was straight cooking with the fucking Purrelys here with Ghost Trick and getting all these guys. But little did they know, TTT into evenly. That's why I love this deck. Going second Monarchs. You guys are about to see what's going to happen next. So they have a lot of recursion with this. I chained the Monarch Stormforth. My opponent does not know what's about to hit him. Pantheism, draw 2. That's fine. Pantheism. What do I grab? I try to bait them into giving me the Pantheism. It works. That's what I usually do when I show out the... I usually show out 2 cards and 1 Pantheism because they don't understand it. It's not once per turn. The first effect is. And they usually will give it to me because they think I already activated it and that I really want these other 2 cards. And I bait them every single time into drawing 2 more. So I just instantly kaiju them. Fenrir into grab Unicorn. Into tribute over the Humongous with Vanity's Fiend, and they scoop it up. No special summoning. And any effect you do, I could just banish you. Monster effect. So it is what it is, guys. Okay. On to the next one. Okay, guys. We know what the drill is. I'm going to steal one. I'm not going to evenly, because I know they have a lot of things that I could do that could make this more fun for me, like instantly banishing their own guy after stealing off a Fenrir and getting out the Ash. Okay, well, Theosis into Unicorn, into Birth, into, actually, I'm going to Zeus play. I think that's the smartest thing to clear the rest of their board. Titanic Moth, burn for the single 500, into Zeus time, into, let me wait for them to use their Shangri-La effect. Nope. Okay. Bye-bye. They tribute over my Kaiju and set one pass. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm still clearly in the lead with this board. And there we go. Now we could play Lair of Darkness time. Yeah, tribute. Bring out the Diabolos and the Unicorn. Get rid of their own Zeus. Hit him direct. 25, 3K. So now I'm, what, 800 shy? Yep. Oops. Oopsie. Not the end of the world. We'll see what they top deck. Nothing important. All right. And let me just Harpies them right off the top. And we got the Fenrir. Oof. So that's Harpies. They don't even bother to chain it. It was a cross-out designator. Submissive and breedable is what my opponent is saying right now. So here, I decide to flex on them a little bit. Just a little bit. You know what I mean? Because not too often you get the win with Darkest Diabolos, Lord of the Lair. You know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Give a like, comment, subscribe for the Lair of Darkness. It is Lair of Darkness because we got the Lord of the Lair over here. And to also, you know, the Arise Heart a little bit, you know. It doesn't matter. The Lord won. So it was a Lair of Darkness video. Thank you guys so much. Again, thank you so much for the support in the last video. We'll see if this one gets as much. But the last one, I'm truly satisfied. And I'm so happy that I was blessed by this algorithm. So without further ado, stay fiending, motherfuckers. I'll catch you around.